You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. This is a moment designed just for you. Something deep inside knows it. This is different. This is divine. Right now, you are standing at the edge of something extraordinary. The world around you may feel unstable, uncertain, even overwhelming. But that's exactly why you've been brought here. You've been chosen for more. You were never meant to just survive. You were born to rise, to lead, to ignite change in a time where many are lost in confusion. This is not just a video. This is a wake-up call from heaven itself. You are being called out of the ordinary into the supernatural, out of fear into boldness, out of the shadows into full light. Everything you've been through has led to this moment. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared for impact. There's a fire inside you that the world hasn't seen yet, but it's about to. Get ready. This is your time. They look to systems. They look to titles. They put their confidence in voices wrapped in charisma, but empty of conviction. While crowds chase the loudest leader in the room, heaven is searching for the ones who still kneel, who still listen, who still trust the voice that doesn't need a microphone to speak truth. And you are being stirred, not by fear, but by fire. Because the call on your life isn't casual. It's critical. You weren't born to blend in with the blind. You were crafted to confront the spiritual slumber that's dulled the senses of a distracted generation. When others cling to personalities, God is awakening purpose. When nations place their hope in headlines, heaven is sending a quiet remnant to shake the ground beneath deception. And now, that moment is here. The test is unfolding. The world spins toward collapse. Not just economically, not just politically, but morally and spiritually. You've seen the signs. The foundations are cracking. And while many scramble for temporary shelter in human promises, you were never called to take cover. You were called to take command. Not with control, but with conviction. This is your clarion call. If ever there was a moment to awaken fully, it's now. No more half-hearted faith. No more watered-down convictions. This hour requires people whose hearts are heavy with purpose, not puffed up with pride. The shaking has begun, not to destroy the faithful, but to expose what was never rooted in truth. Pause right here. Let the urgency settle into your chest. Because this isn't fear-mongering, it's soul preparation. And if your spirit is awake, you already feel the weight of what's coming. A shift is underway. A line is being drawn. And only those who are anchored in divine instruction will be able to withstand what's ahead. You are not here by accident. If you feel the pull, the knowing deep inside that you are chosen, this is your moment. Click the super thank you button and give $20 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. This isn't just a contribution, it's a declaration, a step toward who you are meant to be. Answer the call, walk with us, and step fully into your destiny. Your journey begins now. Make no mistake, this isn't some distant drama playing out on a global stage. This is personal. The battle is not just around you, it's after you. Your influence, your clarity, your ability to lead others back to the truth. If you go silent now, if you downplay the fire inside you, then who will sound the alarm for those still asleep? There's no more room for hesitation. Destiny is knocking. Not gently, but urgently. This is not just another motivational message. This is a spiritual awakening for the ones who understand that their obedience holds weight in the heavenlies. When you rise, others find the strength to do the same. When you take your place, strongholds begin to tremble. You don't need a pulpit to preach. Your life is the message. Your stance, your purity, your refusal to compromise, it convicts without a single word. That's why you've been tested so heavily. That's why resistance found you. Because you're not just another believer. You are a breaker. You disrupt cycles. You challenge patterns. You carry truth that confronts darkness with every step you take. But hear this clearly. Judgment isn't coming to scare you. It's arriving to separate you. This is not devastation for the chosen. It's preparation. While others lose their footing in the shaking, you will stand firm. Not because you're stronger, but because you're surrendered. And your surrender is what gives you the strength. If your spirit is stirred right now, it's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. You're not crazy. You're called. You're not being dramatic. You're being drafted. And the battlefield is not in some foreign land. It's in your decisions, your discipline, your discernment. And yes, storms are forming. But chosen ones aren't afraid of the forecast. We are the response. We show up when others run. We intercede when others scroll. We build while others break down. Why? Because heaven has trusted us with this moment. So if you're still watching, still reading, still breathing, know this. You were born for this hour. Every delay was training. Every heartbreak was cleansing. Every hidden season was protection. You didn't miss your moment. It was maturing you for what's now being released. Do not flinch. Do not bow to fear. Stand tall in truth, even when it costs you comfort, because the same God who sent you into this battle will walk with you through it. And when the smoke clears, it won't be the loudest who are still standing. It will be the faithful, the focused, the forged. Chosen one, your assignment is not small. Your role is not replaceable. And the moment to rise is not tomorrow, it's right now. The storm may be coming, but the remnant is already in position. You are not just part of the story. You are a key to its outcome. Stand up, speak life, stay ready. Because when the shaking begins, heaven will be watching to see who still trusts the one whose voice is not shaken. And may it be you. You've been positioned on the edge of something weighty, not because of chance, but because heaven has identified something in you that cannot stay dormant. This isn't a gentle tug on your heart. This is a full-force wake-up call, the kind that shakes the soul and demands movement. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now, and not because you're perfect, but because you've been marked, set aside for a sacred duty that can't wait for comfort to catch up. You weren't picked to impress the crowd. You were chosen to confront a spiritual drift that swept the world into complacency. But here's the tension. The assignment is real, and so is your unreadiness. That gap between what you've been asked to do and how prepared you feel. It's not there to discourage you. It's there to light a fire in you. You've been moving slow because you think you need more time. But time is not your luxury anymore. The urgency isn't to scare you. It's to awaken you. This isn't just about readiness in knowledge or skill. This is about being fortified in spirit, about having the kind of faith that holds the line when others scatter. Because storms aren't coming. They're already forming. And when they hit, no title, trend, or talent will be enough. It'll take something deeper, something anchored, something forged in obedience and sustained by fire. Right now, hesitation is costly. Delay is dangerous. Distraction is deadly. You're not facing random hardship. You're facing a moment that demands response. The struggle you're feeling isn't resistance from God. It's pressure from destiny. It's the tension of greatness knocking at your soul and waiting to be let out. But here's the truth. What stands before you is not punishment. It's promotion in disguise. That discomfort in your chest, that unrest in your thoughts, it's divine urgency asking, are you ready to become what I designed you to be? And no, readiness isn't about arriving spotless. It's about surrendering everything that keeps you small. The call isn't for the clean, it's for the committed. Those who will rise with scraped knees, trembling voices, and a heart that says, use me anyway. Look at the landscape around you. Spiritual clarity is rare. True leadership even rarer. Yet the heavens are not waiting on institutions. They're moving through individuals. Quiet ones, overlooked ones, obedient ones, people like you who carry the weight of unseen callings and wonder why the pressure feels so personal. It's because it is personal. When heaven calls your name, it doesn't shout over the noise. It speaks in conviction. It speaks in moments when you're tempted to settle, back down, or fit in. And in those moments, you get to decide, will you bend to fear, or will you step forward even when you're unsure? What's coming requires leaders with grit, with spiritual muscle, with discernment not trained by textbooks but through fire. It's going to take a generation of voices who've wrestled in the dark and still said yes when the light came calling. This is your crucible, not to crush you, but to form you. There are souls that will only find their way because you said yes. There are regions that will only shift because you stood up. There are atmospheres waiting on your obedience, not your approval rating. You are not here by accident. If you feel the pull, the knowing deep inside that you are chosen, this is your moment. Click the super thank you button and give $100 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. This isn't just a contribution, it's a declaration, a step toward who you were meant to be. Answer the call, walk with us, and step fully into your destiny. Your journey begins now. You don't need a crowd to validate what God has already confirmed. You need courage, and not the loud kind, the kind that whispers, I'm scared, but I'm moving anyway. So here's the pivot. Instead of fearing the weight of the assignment, start fearing what happens if you ignore it. Because this isn't just about you. It never was. There are futures attached to your faith. There are generations hinging on your ability to trust when the blueprint looks incomplete. History remembers the ones who said yes in the chaos, not the ones who waited for calm. And if your story has felt anything but peaceful, it's because you're being equipped for war, spiritual war that requires more than surface-level belief. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to just survive this era. You are meant to shift it. So take your place, fully, boldly, without apology. Because when the heavens look for someone to stand in the gap, to hold the line, to be a vessel of glory when the world's foundations shake, may they find you ready, not perfect, but prepared in heart, chosen, called, consecrated, and finally, committed. Underneath the surface of the chaos you see, there's a sacred assignment calling your name. You weren't born to echo the decisions of the masses or chase temporary solutions dressed up as wisdom. You were molded to confront patterns that have kept people wandering in circles, chasing shadows instead of substance. While others chase influence, you're being summoned to ignite awakening. Not everyone around you will understand it. Many have traded discernment for distractions, yet your spirit won't let you stay silent. Because you weren't chosen to blend in. You were born to break cycles. Across every screen, behind every system, a counterfeit truth is being sold. People buy into it with their trust, their time, their souls. But that's not your portion. Your journey has been different for a reason. The pressure, the pruning, the quiet nights of inner wrestling, each moment was training for this hour. The calling on your life is not cosmetic, it's core shaking. This is your moment to stand when others fold, to build when others retreat. Preparation isn't just about gathering facts or quoting familiar phrases. It's about being fortified from the inside out. It's about becoming someone who can carry truth without compromise. Spiritual preparation is a discipline forged in obedience, the kind that sharpens not just your understanding, but your endurance, not just your message, but your motives. This isn't about moving fast, it's about moving right. Think of a lighthouse, not concerned with tides, but fixed on shining when storms roll in. That's what this moment demands. Not panic, not popularity, but purpose so rooted in the divine that no wave of public opinion can knock it down. Every headline shouting fear, every system crumbling under its own corruption. These aren't random signs, they're alerts. You are meant to respond, not retreat. To stand, not shrink. People are trusting voices that shift with every wind. They cling to images that promise security but deliver confusion. But your trust? It's built on something permanent, the kind of foundation that doesn't shake when the ground does. While others invest in what's trending, you're being called to stake everything on the eternal. That kind of shift isn't easy, but it's necessary. It's what separates the called from the crowd. And yes, that trust will be tested. Not when it's sunny, but when storms cloud everything. You'll be asked to believe when nothing aligns, to lead when no one's clapping. But that's when your light breaks through. That's when your stand becomes a sermon louder than words. You won't need to convince. Your life will do the talking. People will see the stability in your steps while everything else shakes. And they'll know you trusted something real. This is where trust becomes more than belief. It becomes your witness. In a time where many are seduced by surface-level hope, you'll reflect something deeper, something ancient, unshakable, and alive. And in that reflection, others will find their way back. The world is heaving under weight. It wasn't designed to carry pride, rebellion, deception. And the cracks are visible. Families crumbling, moral direction lost, systems unraveling. But don't mistake this for the end. This is a crossroads, and you're not here by accident. You're here to be a turning point in someone's chaos. Let this hit you. Ignoring the assignment won't protect you, it'll consume you. When you're built to carry light and you refuse to shine, you become vulnerable to the very darkness you were sent to confront. Your role isn't optional, it's critical. And yes, it comes with weight, but it also comes with divine backing. You won't walk into battle alone. You'll walk with the authority of the one who called you. It's time to strip off what numbs your spirit, the apathy, the fear of standing out, the comfort of delay. You've been appointed to be a living contradiction to what's expected. Where they predict collapse, you bring clarity. Where they expect fear, you radiate faith. This isn't a position for the faint-hearted. It's a calling for those who understand that real power doesn't come from titles or trends. It flows from the throne of heaven. Don't look to the crowd to confirm what God whispered in solitude. They won't always see it. They weren't meant to. But when the dust settles and the false lights flicker out, your obedience will speak louder than any platform. You weren't sent here to simply survive history. You were sent to shape it. You carry a weight others cannot see, an urgency humming in your spirit that refuses to be ignored. This pull on your soul isn't anxiety, it's an alert, a divine summons. Delay isn't just dangerous, it's disobedience. Every pause, Every second lost to indecision feeds the fire meant to consume what you were born to protect. This isn't about your comfort. It's about your calling. When heaven dispatches a word, the enemy's strategy is always the same. Stall the vessel before it moves. But make no mistake, he who hesitates doesn't just miss opportunity, he opens a door to destruction. Consider what happens when a first responder hesitates to act. Not a metaphor. Think of the silence before a siren should have wailed. In the unseen realm, hesitation has the same cost. The enemy doesn't waste time. He exploits yours. Indecision invites interference. Inaction becomes a gateway. While you're second-guessing the command, opposition is setting traps. Distractions are multiplying, and the window that once welcomed purpose starts closing by degrees. This isn't a scare tactic, it's spiritual reality. And so, the call goes forth again. Move. Now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Readiness is revealed in motion, not before it. Faith isn't about knowing every step, it's trusting the voice that says go. And the truth? Boldness isn't about being fearless, it's about acting anyway. You don't have to feel qualified, you just have to be willing. Because heaven doesn't need polished people, it needs surrendered ones. What's been placed inside you isn't random. You didn't receive that dream, that burden, that fire in your gut by accident. It was planted, crafted, cultivated. And just like any wise investor, God doesn't pour into what he expects to fail. He's deposited purpose into your spirit, and now he's watching to see how you steward it. Will you hoard it in fear or unleash it in faith? This is not the hour to shrink. It's the hour to stand. The time for waiting has passed. What's coming won't be soft or simple. There's a fracture across the land, one that stretches from boardrooms to bedrooms, from pulpits to policy, and the only thing that can bridge it is truth carried by the obedient. That's you. You were never meant to live hidden in comfort. You were always meant to shine under pressure. But make no mistake, this is not a solo assignment. The Spirit goes before you, beside you, within you. You're not leading alone. You're following orders from the King of all creation. The same power that raised the dead is the power preparing you now. And yes, the days ahead hold trial and shaking. But they also hold glory and victory. Only one question remains. Will you be in position when the moment strikes? Everything around you confirms the urgency. Systems failing, values crumbling, confusion masquerading as truth. These are not coincidences. They are divine alarms, and with each one, a holy opportunity is born. Not for fear, but for fullness. Not for retreat, but for rise. And as spiritual and physical realms both rattle, only those rooted deeply in the spirit will withstand the tremors. The storm approaching won't just target finances or governments. It will challenge hearts, test loyalties, sift motivations. In this dual clash between flesh and spirit, between comfort and calling, you are meant to be the evidence of divine endurance. The world needs someone who won't bend with the trends or sell out for safety. Someone whose very life becomes the sermon others need to survive. This is bigger than personal blessing. This is about generational momentum. Your yes to God's call echoes far beyond you. Every time you show up when it's hard, every time you choose truth over convenience, every time you rise when others run, you shift something in the atmosphere. You disrupt what hell tried to build. You carry the authority of one who doesn't flinch, because you've been fortified in fire. History won't remember the passive. It will remember those who heard the alarm and ran toward the chaos with conviction. When systems fail and headlines scream collapse, your stability becomes sanctuary. And when others ask, "Why didn't you fall?" your life will say, "Because I answered when God called." This moment is not random. It's a stage for glory, a proving ground for faith. You're not just standing at a turning point. You are the turning point, the force that shifts atmospheres, the one who reroutes destruction into deliverance, not by your power, but by your surrender. So count the cost, then pay it in full. Because what's coming demands more than belief. It demands bold obedience. Your life is not small. Your purpose is not casual. You were born for this hour, marked to move when others freeze. And when the smoke clears and the dust settles, you won't be among the fallen. You'll be among the faithful. In moments of turmoil, confusion often becomes a currency traded by those seeking control. Misinformation, charismatic manipulators, and seductive ideologies drift through digital channels and public discourse, subtly unraveling convictions and distorting perception. What begins as a whisper of doubt grows into a storm of uncertainty, eroding the foundation of clarity. Only through alertness of spirit and mind can one navigate these shifting sands without losing direction. You are not here by accident. If you feel the pull, the knowing deep inside that you are chosen, this is your moment. Click the super thank you button and give $50 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. This isn't just a contribution, it's a declaration, a step toward who you were meant to be. Answer the call, walk with us, and step fully into your destiny. Your journey begins now. The world offers illusions painted in bright colors, solutions that promise ease but conceal corrosion beneath their shine. Convenience masquerades as wisdom, and speed is mistaken for progress. Yet these are snares set to unseat you from your true course. Discernment becomes a shield, not merely to block, but to expose. Wisdom is the compass that tests the terrain, mapping each step to the true path beyond the mirage. Upholding truth becomes an act of resistance, a signal fire amid a haze of confusion. A steadfast soul radiates clarity, drawing others out of the fog and into the light. What flows from loyalty to higher principles is not just inner strength, but a ripple effect of courage. Provision is drawn not from the noise, but from the silent places where integrity meets divine timing. Always arriving not by demand, but by readiness. These provisions, however, defy predictability. They emerge in forms shaped not by wish, but by purpose. As with a seed nourished by invisible roots, support appears where it's most needed. Never too soon, never too late. When action aligns with purpose, resources spring forth like rivers from stone, and strength is renewed not through ease, but through alignment. Support is not scattered randomly, it's precise, fitting the contours of the journey like a key to a lock. This partnership is dynamic, a choreography between faith and fulfillment. Movement stirs the unseen. Obedience kindles unexpected blessings. Where faith walks, grace answers, and in that space, the impossible bows to divine order. Adversity is not an obstacle, but a furnace, shaping resilience and refining purpose. It is not endurance for its own sake, but the transformation into something weightier, one whose presence shifts atmospheres and whose voice carries impact. The reward is not survival, but emergence into a life bursting with possibility, where blessings aren't guests, but permanent residents. Fruitfulness is born from endurance married to truth. Opportunities don't arrive by accident, but are drawn to consistency like metal to a magnet. Relationships deepen, not through charm, but through authenticity grounded in purpose. The result is influence with depth, authority with integrity, and the type of success that doesn't erode the soul. Yet abundance carries a mission. Its purpose is not mere comfort, but capacity. Prosperity becomes a tool, not a trophy, fuel for vision, not vanity. From this furnace rises a leader, forged by trial, called to illuminate not only their path, but the road for others. The outcome is legacy, impact that outlives the moment, resonating across lives and eras. This moment is a turning point, not a checkpoint. Hiding is no longer viable. Waiting is no longer an option. The call pulses louder, its rhythm demanding a response. The time to emerge has arrived. Silent strength must now become active presence. Purpose must now meet action in plain sight.